Hello and welcome to Who Watches. This is JUJUTSU Kaisen, episode 13. So I've literally just watched the last episode. I literally just clicked stop recording and then start recording so I could record this. Last episode, you know what happened. Everything with Junpei being turned into the spirit. I don't think he's dead yet. They're gonna find some way to fix him. Nanami showed up to help the fight and we see everything's just happening. I just want to get into this and see what happens. So before we get into this, be sure to check out the Patreon. Over there you'll find full-length timer-based reactions where you just sync up your own footage, 1 week early access so you can get episode 14 right now, and polls so you can vote on what shows next once I finish JUJUTSU Kaisen. So yeah, let's just jump into the episode. Also, this is episode 13, so we won't be getting a new intro this time. Oh, he's still alive. He's got to be alive. Come on. Also, the whole thing with him, it reminds me a lot of Nina and Alexandra from Full Metal. I don't know, just the design of him as well. Yeah, he said his power won't be able to exercise him, but Itadori can. He's just like a complete shapeshifter, really. Oh, he made himself like really small, like a kid. I was wondering, his character design looked weird. Oh, they were the ones we saw in the Jujutsu scroll. Yeah, he said he wouldn't kill humans. That might just be a kid as well, because they were playing with toys before. A substitute. Oh, on the brink of death, he gets more inspiration, you know, out of desperation. A new form. Oh, we saw that in the opening as well, the hands in the mouth. In the last opening, we were getting a new opening soon, right? This is episode 13, it's halfway through. Is that the main expansion? Yeah. See, we haven't seen this yet. That's the only thing in the intro that we haven't seen happen, where Itadori and Nanami were fighting this big monster. So I thought maybe Mahito summons that. Itadori isn't in there either. Oh, so he doesn't have it, so he can't summon his own. The enemy can't summon his own to get out of this one. Yeah. All the imagery of hands is really cool here. Ran away. Oh, get a flashback as well. Oh, okay. So this is the work life he hated as well. So this is just kind of capturing the mundanity of life. He just wants to make money and retire. This is why he wanted to go back to Jiu-Jitsu. It's to help people, that's his reason. Oh, taking off his glasses. Itadori's broken through. Is that even supposed to be possible? I guess with the power of Sukuna behind him. Not stopping things from me. Okay, I didn't think that. Yeah, so he can't touch Itadori. Oh. So now we're inside Sukuna's domain? I still don't really understand why he's so obsessed with Megumi. So has Sukuna just killed Mahito? So Itadori unknowingly jumped in and activated Sukuna because it was like their souls touching again. Yeah. This is what we see in the intro, isn't it? Divergent fist. And there's the second impact. It was a decoy. Bye bye. Inoken's in the sewers, yeah. Yeah, he's too damaged. Yeah. But he can't affect his soul, he can't do domain expansion, so he's practically useless against Yuji unless he's just, you know, physical attacks. The little ones. Yeah. There we go. Oh, they all still think he's dead, don't they? Forgot about that. This is like the first serious scroll we got. All the rest were jokes, weren't they? Okay, so that was Jujutsu Kaisen episode 13. This really felt like the mid-season finale, which it kind of is, because I thought we'd be getting a new intro this episode because we're at the halfway mark, but it must be next episode because everything that's in the intro we've kind of seen now. So I imagine we'll get a new one, and that means a new outro. Mahito uses domain expansion where he has that thing where there were like hands in his mouth, and we saw that in the intro as well. And we also saw Nanami and Itadori fighting like the inflated version of him. I'm guessing that's what we saw in the intro. So we've seen everything it has to offer. So with Mahito's domain expansion, first off, like visually, it was really cool with the hands everywhere. You know, I've said before, he reminds me of Shigaraki from My Hero, and it's just furthered here with all the hands motif. And then, of course, we saw, you know, a bit of flashback for Nanami. I don't know if there was any kind of romance stuff with that girl from the bakery, but we saw kind of his job because he said how he hates jobs before. This show explores a lot of things, you know. It's talking about the meaning of life in this episode, what it's like, what leading a meaningful life is, and having a meaningful death. And then here with Nanami's flashback, it was kind of about the mundanity of life and how he was just depressed doing, you know, office job every single day. and how it was affecting him. And he finally broke free of that by becoming a jujutsu user again and helping the girl from the bakery get the curse off of her shoulder. So he's kind of like finding his purpose, and that kind of feeds into what is a purposeful death, because Itadori was very against killing, but he had to kill these 3 people that Mahito had manipulated. Here is like the 3 people, there wasn't really a way to turn them back. So if you're still viewing them as human, you know, there's a bit of leeway here. Do you still see them as human? Can they be recovered? I don't know. Is killing them more of a release for them, just putting them out of their misery? But yeah, this really challenged Itadori's ideal, just like how the last episode Itadori challenged Junpei's ideals. And we still have no answers for Junpei. I don't think he's dead. Mahito could turn him back, but Mahito's off into the sewers now. And then we were teased that Sukuna could turn him back, but then he was dead apparently, but he could have just been passed out. I don't know. We've seen basically Mahito, unless his direct physical attacks, is useless against Itadori now, because he can't do his idol transfiguration on him because that goes into Sukuna's soul and Sukuna would kill him. He can't do domain expansion because that would kill him as well because it touches Sukuna's soul. The only thing he can do are physical attacks, and as soon as Itadori kind of comes up with some way to get a barrier or something, that's it. There's nothing Mahito can do against Itadori. And he can't even kill Itadori because they want him alive to be the vessel for Sukuna. So it's like Itadori's the perfect counter for him, really. And then especially with Nanami there to be distracting him so he can't get any physical attacks on Itadori. We saw how desperate he become. He was on the verge of death, and in his desperation he created his domain expansion, and then that fell apart when Itadori broke in, and that meant that he touched Sukuna's soul. Thought Sukuna could have just, you know, completely exorcised him right away, but that isn't what happened. He just really badly damaged him, and then all of that, Mahito he had no choice but to run away. And before, Nanami had said how young Mahito is, and you kind of see this here, how desperate he is, and just like his personality. He's a very new curse that has been formed. We never actually see if Itadori killed those influenced humans, those transfigured humans, but it seems like he did, because he was struggling with it before. Okay, I think that's everything for this episode. I'm excited to get into a new arc now, it seems like, and we get our new second opening and new ending song, so I'm excited to get into that. So thank you for watching. If you stayed till the end, be sure to leave a like or a comment or even subscribe, and check out the Patreon if you want next week's episode right now. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.